What is up, guys? How's it going? Today I want to try something just a little different. I want to try to make a video just of me just talking into the mic instead of making like a super structured video. I just want to see how it works, see how I like it, see how you guys like it. So please let me know if you like these kind of videos or if you don't like these kind of videos so I know if I should make more or not. So let's get right into the topic today. Today I just want to talk about the biggest mistakes that I've made on RuneScape when, for all the years I've been playing the game. So to start off, I really want to talk about combat experience and Slayer. Now, when I first started playing RuneScape, I really did not like Slayer. I kind of hated the idea of being told what to kill. Now, my viewpoint, of course, now has changed drastically. Now, I kind of do enjoy doing Slayer every now and then. But the biggest mistake that I can definitely think of when it comes to combat is not training combat through Slayer. And I even made that mistake on old school RuneScape when I first started my main. Because what I did was I would train on things like Yaks, I would train on Fire Giants off task, or even when Nightmare Zone came out, I would even grind Nightmare Zone, and I actually got 99 defense. I know you guys could hate, I was one of those AFK Nightmare Zone people. I AFK'd 99 defense, and by the time I really started Slayer, I was already 95 plus in all my combat skills, and it kind of sucked because then when I maxed combat, I was only like 81, 82 Slayer. So now anytime I train Slayer, I'm going to get post 99 experience in attack, strength, defense, or range and magic if that's how you want to slay. But I feel like that is incredibly inefficient because I could have just trained Slayer and trained attack, strength, and defense all at once, and then I wouldn't have been having this problem. Like I could have been like 95 plus Slayer easily, but I instead picked a different route, and I kind of regret it. Well, these are my Iron Man skills. I'm on my Iron Man account, so this account has nothing to do with that. See, I'm actually kind of starting to train Slayer with these little stats, so kind of fixing my problem here. So that's definitely the first big mistake that I would say I have made, was that I just did not train my combat stats with Slayer. And the next thing I want to talk about is not questing or doing achievement diaries early on. When I first started playing RuneScape overall, like in 2007, I hated quests. I did not want anything to do with quests. But when I started playing old school, I realized just how inefficient I was in the old game, because when I started doing a bunch of quests, I realized how much easier the game became. Because of course you get things like Borrow's Gloves, plus 12 strength. You'll get things like Cooking Gauntlets, burn less food. And, magic secateurs, fairy rings, the list goes on and on. I don't even think I had fairy rings unlocked on my main in like the main game RS3, if you want to call it that now. And I had 99 attack, strength, and defense, and it was sad. But in this game, I really see how important fairy rings are and other things are in the game, and and things like achievement diaries too. You can get things like the Artie Cloak, you get the teleports, you get the 10% pickpocket increase in Ardoon. You could get things like the Varrock Body for smithing and mining, noted bones at the Dag layer and in the wilderness, and the list goes on and on of all the great rewards you could get from achievement diaries. And I didn't really see that early on. So the next thing I want to talk about is being too cheap to spend money on essential skills. For myself, I'm mainly talking about prayer here. I remember in the beginning of the server, I was too cheap to spend like 4 mil to get 70 prayer for Piety. I thought it was like a waste of money. But then again, I spent like 3 mil on a Berserker ring. Like it didn't make any sense. 70 prayer is definitely one of the best things to get for your money, if you want my honest opinion. Piety is honestly that much better than Incredible Reflexes and Ultimate Strength. So, looking back now, it was probably the silliest thing I've ever done, was waited as long as I've waited. And, I could say the same thing about many other skills, like stuff like farming. I did not invest time into at all. Rune crafting, I invested very little time because, they're achievement diary requirements or some quests that you need them. And I just waited a very long time to get started on them, and it kind of slowed the progression of my account. So that's definitely another mistake that I made. And lastly, the biggest mistake that I'm gonna say that I've made in my RuneScape career is I never really played for fun. I kind of just played for the grind and not for the fun. You know, I would set these outrageous goals for myself, and I'd be grinding for weeks on end in the same skill, and I'd get mad at myself if I didn't fish for like 8 hours a day on my off days. And you know, I would never venture away from that. And of course, it feels great when you hit your goals, and it feels amazing, and that's why I grinded in the first place. But during the grind, it honestly sucked, and you know, it felt like a job, and I never ventured out from that. When I was in the middle of the grind, like, I never went bossing. I would never go to Castle Wars if my friend wanted to play. I played the game to grind, and I just didn't play it because I enjoyed to play it. And that's honestly one of the reasons why I made an Iron Man now. Because, I mean, I wanted to max on my main, of course, and I think everyone wants to max. But it just got really boring and dry. And the Iron Man, it brings new excitement to the game. And you know, I'm just super excited to log in and play, because I know every day is going to be different, and I find myself doing things that I would never ever think of doing, like the agility pyramid or the key door chests in the ham place, or the ham chests. You know, I would never be doing that stuff on my main. So I'm discovering new things about the game playing Iron Man, and I love it. I love it so much. So you know, that's just today's video. I just wanted to, you know, ramble about my mistakes. And honestly, I'm curious to hear some of your mistakes. So if you have some weird mistakes that you made or regret doing and at any point of your RuneScape career, just let me know in the comments. I read them all. I respond to the ones I can. So yeah, and also just tell me if you like this kind of video. If not, I'll make less of them. If you guys like them, I'll make more. So that's all I have for today, and thank you so much for watching. Happy scaping.